So hello everyone. Today I'm going to walk you through how to create your observation table for the terrariums that we built. So the first thing you're going to do is when you open up your Chromebook, you're going to go to your drive. So click on My Drive. And here you're going to see New. Okay, so click on it. It's going to give you some options. We want to create a new Google document. So you should have something pulled up that looks like this. The first thing you're going to do whenever you create a document of any type is title it. So you go up to where it says Untitled Document and you click on it and you're going to type in the name of your document. Okay. And once you've completed that, you can come back down to your document itself and click on it. So now the next thing I want you to do is put your name in it. So here on your toolbar you see these little lines, 4 little lines, and when you scroll across them it'll tell you left align, center line, right align. Let's do right align for our name. So click on that, type in your name, hit return. So now we need to add a title to it. I always like my titles centered. So back up to the same alignment bars. Go to the middle one that says Center Align. Click on it. And we're going to put a title. However, I always like my titles to stand out. So if you go back up to the toolbar, you'll see where it says Normal Text, Styles. Hit the drop down and let's do Title. And our title will be Observation. Then hit return. So now we're going to insert a table. And this is very easy. So back up to your toolbar underneath your title, you'll see Insert. If you click on that, you have several options: image, table, drawing, chart. We're going to do a table. Now the cool part about Google and the tables is that you can tell it how many rows and how many columns you want. In this case, we're going to just do 2 columns and 11 rows. So put your mouse over the first box and click down on your tracking pad and bring it down until your numbers are where you want it. You want a 2 by 11. And when you get that, let go, and there it is. So now we need to title our columns. Our first one's going to be date, obviously, because we need to know what day we're observing this. Hit your tab, and then the second column will be observations. But now when you look at it, it seems very symmetrical, but do I really need that much space in my date column? Probably not. I'm going to need more space in my observations. So take your mouse, your cursor, and put it on the line in the middle to where you get that funny little icon, hit your tracking pad, and then with one finger move that bar, that line over to where you want it. And now you have resized your columns. So if you go to your first one, let's say our first date that we created this was the 10th. And under observations, this is what we did. We did a creation. And what did we do? We used 2 centimeters charcoal in our bottles, 2 centimeters of gravel, 3 inches of soil. Right. Check your spelling, hopefully it's better than mine. And then what? Then we added crickets. Put 3 crickets in. And we added 5 plant pots. Okay. And water in a 20-ounce plastic bottle. So this describes exactly what we did. And then, so we know exactly what we put it in and how much of each item that we put in there. So now bring your cursor back over to date. Now we didn't have school on the 11th, so let's jump to the 12th. And what did you notice? How many crickets did you have alive? Say I know several of you said that you only had 2 live crickets. And make sure you write all the observations down. 1 not so alive cricket. Okay. What about your plant pods? You still had 5, I'm sure. But did any of them start sprouting roots? So 4 plant pods sprouted roots. Okay. And what about the soil? Was the soil still moist? Did you see any condensation on the sides of the bottle? Those are all the things that you need to include in your observations. And each day you will come in and do an observation on this. But what happens if you get to the bottom of it? So let's just scroll down and let me show you how to make more of the columns. So when you're in your observations, right, and you've come to the bottom of this table, and rather than have to go back and reinsert one, hit Tab, and you get another one. And so that way you can add as many rows as you need to without actually having to go back in and insert a new table. So, and this is to be saved to your Google Drive through Classroom, and that way I can check and see as we go through. And if you have any questions or any problems with this, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you. But remember, this is part of your grade, and I'm going to depend on you to do these observations on a daily basis without having to be reminded so much. And if you have any issues or any problems, like I said, just let me know and we'll figure it out.